what's going on? So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Avatari, which is the software that I'm using whenever I have the Facegood helmet and the Metahumans. So here is the actual software that whenever you download, this is what's going to show up. So you have a streamer, recorder performance, you have a tracker, retargeter, and you have a live drive here as well, which is going to be the real-time performance capture, which is going to be insane. So pretty much kind of like iPhone, Apple AR, that you can drive the Metahuman using the Facegood helmet and the live drive right here, which we'll talk about that later. It's not out yet. Hopefully it's going to come out soon. So before we get started, whenever you install this software, and I'm going to go to my installation folder right here, make sure that you do install the codec and the driver as well, and make sure you read this right here on how to install everything. And we're going to be using the D2 helmet that they sent, which is $462, like something like that. And if you want to look at tutorials, I know I said before that they're kind of in Chinese at the moment. That's why I'm kind of making an English version right now. If you scroll down, you got a couple of videos and sample videos here, which looks pretty cool. Looks like, yeah, this one looks pretty cool, and this one, this whole three right here looks pretty cool for some reason. But yeah, so let's go ahead and go to our tools. So the first thing we're going to do is actually record the performance. So I'm going to click this. And again, make sure you install the codecs, because if you don't, it is not going to work. So I have it plugged in via the USB. And this is going to open up. Oh my goodness. So this is it right here. Just going to make sure that everything is in focus. My eyes are pretty in focus right here. I can turn the knob, like I said in the previous video, to kind of fix that focus. But right now, that looks pretty good. So on the bottom left right here, we can record the microphone. And as you can see, the Facegood D2 is enabled. You can mess around with the brightness and contrast, but this looks pretty darn good. And like I said in my previous video, you do not need a light in front of your face. So yay, I have no light at all. This is just infrared camera working. It's magic. So let's go ahead and record something. So in the bottom left corner, I'm just going to put LOL as the name. You can name it whatever you want. And then what I'm going to do is stare at the camera with my mouth closed, because this is going to be my neutral pose right here. So press record. Hey, what's going on, guys? So this is Jay from JSFILMZ, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Facegood D2 in conjunction with the Avatari tracker. I'm kind of going cross-eyed there for a second, so let's go ahead and minimize out of that, because that is good to go. Actually, I can go ahead and close that here. And I can go ahead and remove the helmet as well. All right, so the next step is we're going to be tracking that performance. So I'm going to click on the Avatari tracker right here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and click on New. Click on this three dot right here, and I think we named it LOL, so that's good. And I'm going to name this LOL AI. And then I'm going to press plus, or click plus right here. We're going to use the auto helmet, because we are using the Facegood helmet, and we're going to create a project. Now, what I'm going to show you first is just the auto tracking, because you can manually track the features like the brow, the mouth, and the eye. But I'm going to show you how well this works with just the auto tracking. So I'm going to click on this little face right here called auto track. Everything is checked. As you can see, all of them are. Press that and just let it do its thing. Okay, so now that it's finished, now if I scroll back, you're going to see that my face is tracked. And it's so freaking quick. And I'm going to turn this off, and I'll turn on the eye. And you can see that it's tracked my eyes. Whenever it closes, it closes. I mean, I can fix those, but that's a pretty darn good track, to be honest. If I go turn this off and I turn on the mouth, you're going to see that it's tracked my mouth as well. That is crazy. That is actually a pretty good track. And you saw how fast it tracked my face. I mean, I really exaggerated some of the stuff as far as mouth movements, and it caught majority of it, to be honest. I mean, obviously, some of this stuff right here, that's pretty minor there. If you want, you can move that and then track it again. But overall, man, this is a pretty darn good track. Now, I'm just going to track it for a second. Okay, so what we're going to do now is actually export this, because like I said, this is pretty decent right here. So I'm going to go to this, and I'm going to go export retargeter. And actually, let's go ahead and make sure we have everything selected, all the groups. So I'm going to go to export retargeter right here. And I'm just going to name this LOL to Maya. Save. Now, there is a bug right now. Whenever you do export, just leave it open, and it's not going to, you might get a not responding thing, but it's okay. Just leave it open. It's going to be all right. It's still going to export itself. Okay, so the next step is we're going to be taking a look at Bridge. Now, what you're going to do is I already have, I think each are already out and downloaded. If I remember correctly, I think this one right here. If you go to the little gear icon, if you go to export setting, you can change this to Maya. And what this is going to do is whenever you click on export, if you have Maya open, it's going to open up this character in Maya. And I already did that because it takes a long time because of the shaders and stuff like that. So I already have this open in Maya. So whenever you have the exported character in Maya, go ahead and save it as, so you don't overwrite the one in Bridge. It's always smart to do that. I feel like it works a little bit better when I save it as a different file name. So if I go right here, you're going to see what I'm talking about. I saved it as a different scene. See right here is the actual Metahuman Bridge. We do not want that because we just want the one that I pretty much used right here. So as you can see, I created my own file, which is Ichiro Hoodie full rig. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so I'm going to close that. Just kind of show you how to get that Metahuman in Maya. So pretty much import it in Maya, export it out of Bridge, import it in Maya, save it as a different file type. And then we're going to go back to, we're going to close this. This is good. We're going to go back to the Avatari, and now we are going to be using the Retargeter. If I go right here, I have Maya 2019 installed, and the plugin is already installed for that. So this is going to open up Maya, so you can see. Press OK. And then what I'm going to do is, you can see Facegood is already here. Now I'm going to open that scene that I saved for the avatar test. Okay, so here we are in Maya with our character here that we exported out of Bridge and then saved as a new file. Have it open right here. Now, the first thing we're going to do here is change our FPS, frames per second. We're going to go to 30 because that's what the Facegood helmet recorded to, the camera. And then additionally, I'm going to go ahead and extend this timeline to, I think, 550 just to extend it because by default, it's only 150 or 120. So go ahead and scrub that. So that's good to go. And then as you're going to see right here, we already have our plugin, Retargeter. So let's go ahead and click that. And move this to the side here. We're going to import that Retargeter that we exported from the Avatari, right? So it's going to be the LOL to Maya. Open that. And then let's go ahead and make this bigger. Now this is also going to open up a plane. So if I go right here in a world outliner, if you go right here in a Retargeter editor right here. So I'm going to go to my attribute editor so I can kind of see that. Click this folder, and again, we're going to go back to that video. Click on all files, and then go to LOL because that's our actual video. And it's actually going to be down here, so I'm going to move it up. Move it to the left, press E, we're going to rotate it. Now, if this is not working for you, make sure you have QuickTime Player and Codec enabled. I know it's not supported anymore, but that's how I was able to make it work. And make sure that you have QuickTime enabled in your Play Blast in Maya. Okay, so we have everything good. I'm going to go ahead and make this smaller so you can see better. So what we're going to do now is actually pick the controls and put it in this Retargeter. So we have brow, eyes, and mouth. And if you don't know and you're not familiar with the control rig, Unreal Engine actually has a video, a 41-minute video, pretty much going over what all these controls do. And this is a pretty legit video. I've watched it maybe 4 times, and I'm probably going to watch it a lot more just so that I can get familiarized with how the control rigs are set up. Really good video. Check it out. It's actually made by Cubic Motion, which is the people responsible for this anyway. So it's an amazing video. Go check it out. So what we're going to do is actually select the brow. So let's go start with that. Now, I am going to try and share this here so you don't have to do this manually, but we'll see if that works. Here's the brow right there. I mean, you can also, oh, Control-Z that. I accidentally moved that. I'm going to go ahead and move out of that. And then I'm going to go to the eye. Now, the eye controls has a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and go like so, press Shift, and you can select more if you hold Shift. Okay. And right here, and right here. Okay, so that's eye right here. And additionally, if you want to do the tweakers, you can also select the eye here as well. Select all those controls and then update. And that's going to add all the eye controls which I think that should be all of it. But I do have this preset already saved, so I don't have to keep doing it every time. And I'll try to share that, but we'll see. So for the mouth, now this has majority of the controls here. So I'm going to go right here. You can also add the nose if you want. Okay, so that's the mouth, the neck right here. And then obviously the sticky stuff. This is good right here, right here. Pretty much everything else is the mouth control. So you go lips blow. I'm not going to mess around with the tongue, but you can add the tongue if you want. Okay, just move all this. Next stretch. Be careful whenever you select that, just press Control and deselect the body. Go ahead and update that here. And let's move here so we can kind of get in there a little bit tighter. Add these, and then this is really tricky here. This little, right here. There, select that. Go ahead and select this as well. And let's see if I forgot something. Oh, the funnel. Yeah, you might want to do that one. And then for the tweakers, we can also add this, the nose if you want, lip, shift, and pretty much all these down here. Okay, so all these are selected. I'm going to update, and that's going to select everything else. And the tongue, like I said, I kind of left alone. Okay, so after that, we're going to click Add right here. And just you can name this whatever you want, tutorial control. And as long as you're using the same Metahuman control rig, you should be able to load this up. And that's good. So whenever we click on the brow, it's going to select all the control for the brow, the eye, same thing. And then, so make sure we got everything. Yeah. And then the mouth as well, which is pretty much everything else on this control board. Okay. So as you can see, nothing's really happening. I mean, the video is playing here, so that's a good sign. And let's go ahead and go to our poses. So for the pose, I'm going to go do the mouth first. I'm going to do the mouth first because I don't want to work on the brow and eye and the mouth doesn't work. So let's go start with the mouth. And this is a pretty good pose right here because it's just neutral. I'm going to go click update right there. It's going to create a keyframe. And then I'm just going to mark all the extreme poses as far as the mouth goes. Now this is really where you're going to be taking your time as far as keying. So that one's pretty big there. Pick a couple ones that kind of stand out. That one's smiling, so that should be good. I wouldn't do that one as well. That's going to be tough to do. But again, if you're familiar with the control rigs and what they do, it should be fairly easy. Obviously, the more you do it, the better you're going to get. That one's kind of cool too. Might want to do that. Here's a first U we have. Now let's do all these 8 right here. Like I said, you can mark more as much as you want. And obviously, the more you mark, the better your quality is going to go. Okay, so now that we have the mouth done, we're going to go to the control for 0. And since I'm not touching anything, it's just a pretty neutral pose, I'm going to go ahead and click update. That's going to turn green. I'm going to click on the next keyframe we made, and I'm going to try to make this face right here, this mouth right here. And to do that, it looks like it's just an open mouth. And again, if you're not familiar with the controls and what they do, check out that video that I showed y'all earlier. So I'm going to go in an angle here so you can kind of see a little bit, but that's pretty good right there. Go ahead and update that. Go to 88. And this is a little bit more open, so open the mouth. To me, it feels like it's always better to open the mouth and then mess around with the controls so you can actually see what it's doing. So, yeah, a little bit maybe. Just a little bit of funnel there. And again, this is your creative choice here. You don't have to follow the same thing I'm doing. And then right here in the corners, a little bit of corner pull right here. It's kind of like smiling, but not really. So if we go right here, a little bit, right? Like so. And then it looks like I can probably use some purse right here. Just a little bit of purse. And again, you can take your time. And this is really where the magic happens right here. And for the top, maybe move it up just a tad. And then we do see a little bit of the teeth. So I'm going to pull these down right here. Just like that. Okay. Now you can go crazy with this if you want. All right, so after that, I'm going to go ahead and press update. Move on to the next keyframe, 98. Now this is a U shape. Try to purse first. Okay. Go down, and then I'm going to open this up again. Okay, so that's a little bit better. But I'm going to try and see what the funnel's doing. Yep, definitely want to funnel it down. So it makes that shape, that whatever OU shape. Okay, press update. And again, like I said, you can tweak these a lot. Now this is just a regular smiling one, so let's pull the controls. Actually, that wasn't smart because it's gonna pull each other. And then I'm just gonna open it up. Now I did it a little bit too much, so go ahead over here. You can actually do some neck stretches in here if you think that whenever he smiles like that he would kind of, you know, stretch his neck. You can do that if you want. Right here. Okay, so we can kind of see some of his top teeth and obviously the bottom. Like so. Okay, it's pretty good. I think it's a little bit uneven, so let me go ahead and even that up. Okay, so that's pretty good, and it looks like we see a little bit more top teeth than that, so. Okay, and then I'm going to close it a little bit because you can see the teeth are actually touching each other like that. All right, so let's press update. Go to 146. Oh, this one is the F sound. Ooh. Okay, so let's look at mouth press for this one. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to do the bottom one. Yep, it's going to bite his lip a little. Then I'm going to open it up and then move it up a little bit more. This is the F sound right here. There you go. Looks like he's rolling his lip towards the roof of his mouth. And I'm gonna try and see if I can do anything here. Okay, no, I don't want to touch that. Control Z. You can mess around with those as well. All right, so let's see here. It looks like there's a little bit of towardsness in there. Yeah, just a little bit, not too much. And it looks like the top is a little bit uneven. Okay, so even it up like that. And then the mouth press on the top, just a little bit like that, because he's making that F sound. Go here. Oh, sorry, not that one. I meant to touch the bottom part. Okay, like that. Looks pretty good. And I'll just move the mouth just a little bit more up here. Top. Up top. Perfect. Okay, so that's pretty good. Let's update that and go to number 6. Number 6, again, is just a smile. Now, I know I already had a smile before, so this is kind of redundant. But, you know, mess around with it. If you think the smile is different than the first one, then do it. But if it's exactly the same, then don't, because that's just going to confuse the software here. Looks like we got some little bit right here, and then we're going to go down like so. Let's exaggerate it a little bit more. Looks like this corner, yeah, just a little bit on this control right here and this control right here. Yeah, just a little bit like that. That looks better. Okay, moving on to number 7. It looks like another F sound. So again, mouth, and then just move these up. And then just close it back down. That was legit the same exact ones. I don't even know why I did that one again. And if you want, I don't know why I did that, but actually this one has a little bit more kind of towards the right. Like that. You see it? And then move it down. Okay. Press update. Got 2 more keyframes here. This is a U shape. So this is definitely a purse shape. There's the purse. Raise both the teeth. Like so, all the way up. And maybe we can funnel that as well. Yep. So it's good. And then the bottom, we'll try to see if that's going to look good. Yep, that's perfect. And let's go up so we can see just a little bit better. And let's see what this is going to do. Just a little bit like so. Feel like I should exaggerate the top still, just a little bit. Okay. And let's update. Go to 332. Again, this is the same exact face just a little bit more open. Per sound. Actually, this one is towards. Let's try that. And then this bottom one is kind of like that. Yep. I'm going to move the lips down a little bit because, okay, and then open it up. Actually, close it down a little bit, and then the top again needs to be a little bit more. And then on the corners, there's a little bit of shape there. So just a tiny bit here, also just a tiny bit here. Okay, it might be a little bit too much. And then for the towards, let's try it again. Because this technically is, you know, like a pucker lip. And this one as well. Okay. It's pretty good. And let's go ahead and bring this down. Maybe the top up. Okay, and then press update. Okay, so once you're done marking all the extreme poses and copying it, you're going to go to your first frame and then press start. And after that, it's going to do its thing. And now I'm going to press play. And there is your facial mouth movement. Obviously, we only have 9 keyframes, so it's not going to be as amazing. But that right there is so crazy, because can you imagine frame by frame animating all these controls? Like, there's just no way. So that's the mouth. I'm going to go ahead out of that. I'm going to go to the eye. Now, the eye is really simple. I'm going to go to the first frame right here. Actually, let me get the... Yeah, let's go ahead and do that one. Right there. And then we have a neutral here. Update. And then we're going to have a blink as well. So right here, blink. And you know, after I did this video, I just realized like I actually talk sideways with my eyebrows. It's so funny. I never knew that before. Okay, so I only marked 3 for the eyes. So here's the first one. And this looks like I was looking to the left. Okay, let me just click the middle one because I don't want to cross-eyed. So it's looking to the right now, but I was looking the left side because that's where the screen was. All right. I'm going to update that. Okay, and then I'm going to update that because that's just looking straight. And then for the eyes, I'm going to go click both of these and just close it. Update. Again, go back to the first frame, press start, and now press play. Now you have eye movements, and now you have blink movements. And then the last thing is going to be the brow. So go to the brow, check mark on that. Again, that's kind of like the neutral there, which is fine. And I think I just raised it once right here. And we do have that crooked one, crooked eye. See if I can find it right here. So again, go to the first frame. I'm not going to touch it because that's neutral. Go to the second one. Now this is the raised one. So I'm going to go raise it here. You know what? Let me choose all 4 of them up here and just raise it a little bit. Update. Go to the 207. Now this one, like I said, is raised on the left side and then low on the right. Press start. Now we should have eyebrows, eyes, and mouth movements. Like I said, you're going to spend a little bit more time on marking these, and the more work you do here, the better your result is going to be. And this is not bad considering it's only 30 frames per second. That's just crazy, okay? So I'm going to save this as, just in case it crashes for some reason, because the next thing we're going to do is actually export this out of Maya. So I'm going to go all the way to the first frame. I'm going to minimize this. I'm going to click on controls right here, right click, set select members. We're going to go to file. We're going to go to export selection. And I'm just going to go back to that same desktop, test 2.2, and it's going to be an FBX. I'm going to export that selection now. And then what I'm going to do is open up Unreal while this is exporting. So while we're waiting for this to come up, if for some reason this didn't work, the mouth is choppy or robotic, go back to the Avatari and re-export another targeter just to kind of like troubleshoot it. If it doesn't work like I showed here, just go back and auto track and then export a new file, a retargeter file. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize all these, and we have an empty here. This one right here is my new character that my 14-year-old girl cousin created for me. This guy is Agent Peterson. He's going to be in my upcoming short that I am working on right now. It's in pre-production, currently looking for environments and assets and clothes. So I'm going to go ahead and add him in a sequencer right here, because what we're going to do is import that. So what we're going to do is just go ahead and go to this face control rig, go to the 0 frame. We're going to right click, import control, and go to desktop right here. And then we're going to go look for that folder, which is Avatari test 22. Change, this is very important, change this to Metahuman control mappings, and then going to import that. And if I press play, okay, as you can see, it is a little bit choppy because, like I said, we only marked 7 keyframes out of all that, and I exaggerated pretty much everything. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how you use Facegood helmet with Avatari and Maya and into Unreal Engine 4. Now, like I said, I am going to be providing the Avatari infrared video of me for this video so you can try it out. But just let me know and show me a link of your results. Yeah, with that being said, if y'all have any questions, let me know, and I will see y'all later.